Why am I here? I didn't do anything wrong. What's going on?
I need you to be as cooperative as possible, sir. This is a highly classified interrogation progress, and I need you to simmer down and let me do my job.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I be but a humble fisherman.
Exactly what you're here for, Agathon. Illegal pillaging without a permit? We know all of your accomplices, even Odysseus. So don't even think about it.
You know about Odysseus.
Anything and everything. I read the book. You're gonna tell me the truth, or this is gonna be a very, very long night.
What do you mean, truth? That book is the truth.
Don't play smart with me. We know about Odysseus' blackmailing scheme, keeping all of his illegitimate heroic actions, and he said that if you told anybody, he would bring you down with him.
You really did your homework this time, didn't you? Fine, I'll talk. Maybe some of the stories weren't completely true.
Let's start with the lotus-eating hippies.
It all started like this. We were really hungry as we sailed along, but we found the Lotus Eater Island. We landed, grateful to touch fair ground. But that's all we wanted to do, because Odysseus had the brilliant idea of springing into the jungle island unarmed. In such a rush, another sailor and I sprinted after him. What we found wasn't pretty. He proceeded to strip off all of his clothes while shoveling down those intoxicating lotuses. His eyes nearly bugged straight out of his head as we dragged him back to the ship.
We get to Odysseus to get jacked up on narcotics with a bunch of fluffy flower pansies. He needed to get fresh fly of snuff, and that's why you pillaged his sakunas.
You certainly paid attention in detective class, didn't you? Odysseus couldn't get enough worthless crap in his hands, even after striking it rich in Troy. He just wanted to satisfy himself enough. He insisted on sailing to the nearest port, and we did what we did best, and that's pillaging.
Hey, hold up now. I know what happens next. They railed the entire army just to drive you out, all because of Odysseus' greediness.
Become the heroic captain by taking all the riches you won, pointing fingers at your crew.
Doesn't shock me. After all what happened with the Lacedaemonians.
He was the one with the brilliant idea of pissing off them in the first place. The first thing we saw him doing was charging into their village, swinging his sword in their legs like a madman. We felt stupid chasing after our own captain, because when we got there, he was running the other way, calling all us suckers, laughing like a hyena sitting pretty. He thought it was a funny prank, but he failed to realize the consequences.
That seems reasonable enough. Now talk about what happened on Circe's island.
It's a sore subject. If only I had a little incentive, if you know what I mean, to spark my memory.
Don't play smart with me, wise guy.
Fine. Most of the story was true. Except he forgot to mention that he left us as pigs for the entire year, only reversing the curse when he needed manpower for the underworld mission. I still have dreams of mud baths. The taste of all that pig slop will never leave my mouth. That guy up north. Poor kid. Odysseus was just hungry one day.
I've been in this business for many moons, and I've never heard something as hideous as that. I never knew Odysseus was that insane.
So I'm done then.
Not so fast, Speedy Gonzales. We still need to patch up some rough spots.
Such as?
The freaking monsters, the highest point of the entire story. You don't expect me to believe those ridiculous fables are true, do you? I'm not stupid. You can't hide everything.
Those are true.
What's your game?
I'm telling you the truth, honestly.
Come on, I need some logistics here.
Alright, fine. No need to be so persistent. You want the truth, here it is. We were trying to tell Odysseus that going into a cavernous lair full of mangled carcasses was a bad idea, but he just seemed completely oblivious to the idea. We were relaxing on our island, and all of a sudden this Cyclops just comes over, charging over across the next island. Odysseus, in a sudden rage, rallied all the men to chase after it.
That seems pretty unlikely.
I swear it's the truth. We were reluctant to go into the cave, but he told us that our food rations would be reduced 30% if we refused.
And Scylla, how come you agree to that?
He didn't even tell us about Scylla. All of a sudden we saw him putting on his armor, then giant blurs of green and teeth. Being the pompous boy that he was, he drove the ship back to Scylla in an attempt to hide the real truth. He thought his secrets died with his crew, but I was the only one to survive.
Alright, I think I'm ready to make my final decision. You shall be put to witness protection program. It's time I had a little talk with Odysseus.